Okay, Unit 10, Key Concept 9. What are the reasons that influence both legal and illegal immigration, and how have immigrants influenced American culture and society? All right, immigration to the United States has increased from many diverse countries, but recently, in the last 20, 30 years, I want us to know that it's mostly from Asian and Latin American countries, okay? Reasons for immigration have not really changed throughout the years. It's going to be for political freedom and economic opportunity. Okay, issues that we need to address or you need to mention that have to do with immigration. Issues are like strain on government services. Immigrants fill low-paying jobs in the United States, and a lot of high-paying jobs too, which is something we should discuss in class if someone mentions it. Border issues: are we going to fence the border? Are we going to shut the border? Pathway to citizenship: should we make it easier, more difficult, or how do we allow those that are already here to become citizens? The strain on schools through bilingual education, right, supplying all sorts of teachers, and our increase in cultural diversity. These are issues that we need to address, or that people are concerned about due to immigration. You should recognize some contributions of immigrants: our diversity in music, the visual arts, and in literature, their achievements in science, engineering, and other fields. Okay, number 10. How is accessibility to improve technology and communications affected American culture? So over the past 3 decades or so, improved technology and media have brought about better access to communication and information for businesses and individuals in both urban and rural areas. Okay, as a result, many more Americans have access to global information and viewpoints. Much more access. Some examples of technological advances that you could mention would be in space exploration. We've had this shuttle, the Mars rover, the Voyager missions, which have sent out spacecraft further than anything else ever. All right, the Hubble telescope. In communications, we now have satellite, right? GPS, personal communication devices. Right now you have a smartphone or the IS-6 or whatever that is. You can do more today with what you hold in your hand than they could 20 years ago in a huge box. All right. Changes in work, school, and healthcare in recent decades. We can telecommute. Right, you don't have to go into the office. You can work from home. We have online coursework. You can go to school from your house. Okay, we have some increases in service industries and breakthroughs in medical research, including improved medical diagnostic and imaging technologies like the MRI. Okay, and also we'll see, as a result of some of this technology, an increase in outsourcing and offshore. All right, number 11. What was the role of the Reagan Revolution on federalism, the role of government in state and national elections since 1988? All right, so I told you Reagan's going to campaign. His platform is going to deal with tax cuts, transfer of responsibilities to state governments, appointment of judges who exercise judicial restraint, reduction in number and scope of government programs, and strengthening of the American military. That last one, every president does it. And so that's his platform. That's what he runs on. That's not necessarily what happens, but that's what he runs on, okay? You need to know the Reagan Revolution is the extension after Reagan, all right? What happens after he's gone? So that would be the election of his vice president, George H.W. Bush, which makes perfect sense. Reagan's a popular president. His vice president becomes president. The election of centrist Democratic Will Clinton. I said that's ridiculous, all right, because Clinton defeats Bush. How can Reagan be responsible? Whatever. The SOL says it so. We'll learn that. The Republican sweep of congressional elections and state houses in the 90s. And then eventually, 15 years later, the election of George W. Bush. So remember that. That's the extension of the Reagan Revolution, all right? Election of George H. Bush, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and sweeps in House congressional elections. That's all due to Reagan. All right, so that's that for 8, 9, 10, and 11.